There's a guy I saw the other day crying out, saying America need to come and help his country. I don't remember whether he was from South Africa or which country, but he was saying that please America can come and help us. Our leaders are very corrupt. I was asking myself, why would this person say ask America for help? The same people who are exploiting from you are the same people that you want them to come and help you. How do they come and help you if they're the ones who are taking advantage of you? Clearly, Africans don't believe in themselves. Why would you, as a grown man, go out there and start crying for help from another country? And you're able to do it for yourself. You have resources. Why don't you fight corrupt leaders first instead of you crying out for another country to come? They have their own problems. So you want them to put on hold whatever that they're doing, or, fighting whichever issues they have, to come and help you. It just shows how Africans are weak, how Africans can't do it for themselves. It's time we wake up. It's time we join hands.
I think Africa, at this time, we've reached a point that we can, in fact, come together. We can, in fact, put Africa into our hands and develop it. The obstacle is the big countries, former colonizers in particular.
The West.
The West, who would want to keep Africa down so that they are able to benefit from Africa, to control Africa. What is left is that Africa should come together, and it's better to have a country, Africa, under our control, with our resources in our hands. You cannot, if you look at the history of Africa, try to argue that Africa is good, blah, 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 when you have countries that are still calling themselves mother body countries. It's a difficult thing. I think Africa has reached the point.
My generation is asking many questions without getting any answers. We do not understand how Africa, with such wealth and such generous fertile land, with water and sunshine in abundance, is nowadays the poorest continent. Africa is a starving continent, and our leaders are happily traveling around the world begging. The real problem is to see leaders of African countries who do not provide any support to the people fighting imperialism, and who sing the same song as the imperialists. We, the heads of African states, must stop acting as puppets ready to dance whenever the imperialists pull the strings. We must make sure that for the next forum, we must not set foot here without having ensured food self-sufficiency for our nations, those that are not at war.
Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Ruby Masaga. Today I want us to talk about something very surprising but also exciting. I want to talk about Jacob Zuma, who we've always known to be a corrupt leader. So apparently he has decided to join Ibrahim Traore in his mission of uniting and liberating Africa. Well, honestly, it came as a surprise. I never expected this from him because we've always known his reputation. It hasn't been that good. So it's surprising this coming from him. But again, what I normally say is we shouldn't look, or rather we shouldn't dwell on the past. If he has come out and if at all he's sincere about whatever that he's saying, I feel like we need to listen to whatever that he's saying, not dwell on his past. Because some people mature as they age. So maybe age is catching up with him. Maybe he's becoming more wiser, and maybe he has opened up his eyes. You never know.
I think the debate is changing, and it is a matter of time that Africa, one of these days, is going to be different. Let me just make the point here. When the former colonizing countries were faced with the issue of how to control Africa. They then concocted what was called coups d'etats, wherein they will plan, whilst in their countries, how to remove the leaders in Africa so that they put their own puppets. It took a long time. As a result, what is called a coup d'etat was hated, because how to take such good leaders like Kwame Nkrumah, and there are many others. But it was initiated by the colonizers. They will buy people so that people are able to kill their brothers for their own interests. You know what has happened now? There are few coup d'etats that have just happened. As a result of that kind of coup d'etats that happened, people today don't see the difference between those coup d'etats and these ones. But the coup d'etats that have taken place now are saying to France, enough is enough. Take your
Troops.
Your troops, our money must be here. If we were not misled, we would not be saying we cannot take these people as ours because it's a coup d'etat. It's just a name. They don't understand. These young people are saying enough is enough. That tells you where Africa is going. We are saying let that belongs to Africa to come and remain in Africa. And it's correct. What has been done is absolutely correct. Why should the French forces be sitting in Africa? Why should the money be brought from France to feed us when we have got our own? That tells you that the car is turning the corner. It is a reality, it is there. I have a clear understanding of what is happening. The coups of today are not like the coups which were defeating the ends of Africa processed by Europeans. It's a coup d'etat of the Africans defending themselves, taking themselves out of the kind of what these colonies have done to us. But some of us, even in Africa, we don't see it. We still want to put them away. They're doing a wrong thing, blah, blah, blah. No, they're actually taking the struggle to liberate Africa again. And me, I support it, I can tell you. Unless it is a kind of a coup d'etat like the ones before. These ones are saying, let Africa look after itself. Simple.
The problem with these leaders, especially the older generation, majority of them are manipulated into doing things which I believe they later regret. Some of them are greedy. Yes, they are genuinely greedy. They just want to squander, or rather to steal anything that is in front of them. So majority of the Western, these people, majority of them know how to manipulate these leaders. And I know Zuma has been in the game for a while, so he knows what has been happening. So right now that he has retired, maybe he has started to open up his eyes. He has, started seeing the reality. Maybe he's even regretting whatever that he was doing when he was the president, or rather when he was into politics. So I was surprised when I was listening to him. He was being interviewed, and he was saying that Africa needs to come together. We need to join hands and fight for our land. We need to fight for our land from these people. There's only one person who has been fighting for Africa, and that is Ibrahim Traore. I've not seen leaders coming out and joining him, supporting him in pushing this mission. None of them has done that. So when I heard Zuma saying that we need to unite and fight for Africa, it felt good. It felt, in as much as he has done, bad things before, I didn't want to dwell with on his past. I was happy just listening to him saying that, because Africa is what we need to fight for. This is our land. If we don't join hands and fight for our land, we will remain poor, we will always suffer, and we will keep running to other people's countries, looking for refuge, looking for greener pastures, looking for opportunities. That is what we will always do. Ibrahim Traore has been leading the way. He has been showing all of us what Africa can achieve. Some of us are just ignorant, but just look at Burkina Faso today. Ibrahim has been fighting to and protecting their resources. And in few years' time, I believe all of us, in few years' time, if he continues with whatever that he's doing today, in few years' time, in Burkina Faso will be very far. He's creating opportunities for the people there. Burkina Faso is going to be a great country in few years' time. Imagine if Africa had a good number of leaders like Ibrahim Traore. Where would we be today? Ibrahim Traore is very young. He is very young but very intelligent. He has inspired so many people. And today, seeing someone like Zuma saying something like that, it's very surprising. We need leaders, we need African leaders to join hands and fight for our country. I just don't know why some of these leaders just want to be in power while doing nothing. All they think is about themselves, their families, and leaders from, these leaders. That is the only thing they think about. You just don't know how manipulative these people can be. They come to Africa, they manipulate us, we fall into their traps, and we end up doing whatever they tell us. They end up exploiting our land. That is why majority of us are poor. That is why young people don't have jobs. They have to run to other people's countries looking for opportunities. Majority of African leaders, they are sleeping. They've been sleeping for so long. It's time for them to wake up and fight for this land. Because if we don't, who do we want to come and fight for us? Because if we let outsiders come and fight for us, all they do is exploit. There's nothing good they come to do here. They spot opportunities, they come, exploit, and go back to their countries. And who's benefiting? Them. And the same people who are exploiting from us are the same people that we run to their countries looking for opportunities. We end up working for lower wages. And we feel like, oh my God, I have a job. I can survive now. Someone is manipulating you, someone is using you, and you're not seeing. And we keep electing the same leaders who are using us. You heard what he said. He said, if we wanted, we can make Africa great. All we do is wait for handouts, is wait to ask for, help. We are so dependent on other people's country. We can't survive. The other day, America made an exit from WHO, that is World Health Organization. People started complaining. People started asking, how are we going to survive without America in that organization? They started crying, lamenting. And we are the richest continent in terms of resources. Why do we have to always cry when we have what can make us, rich, can make us great? Why do we have to always cry and complain and lament? Traore is fighting for sovereignty and resource control in his country. And it's very refreshing just seeing someone like Zuma coming out and supporting whatever mission that Traore started. It's very refreshing. It's something that we all want to see from these African leaders. We just want to see them joining hands, coming together and, say enough is enough. Enough is enough for people exploiting from Africa, people taking advantage of Africa. Look at whatever that is happening in Congo. Just look at whatever that is happening there. Those people have never known peace. It's like that is a cursed land. The land is very rich in terms of resources, but very poor at the same time. Young people are jobless. All they do is commit crime. They are being unalived. And Africa is just quiet. Our leaders are very comfortable stealing from their people. What do you gain when you keep stealing from your own people? Why do we even elect these leaders? Where can we get at least 10 Traores? Where do we get them? We want a few Traores that can come together and fight these corrupt leaders. That is what we need to fight. We really need to fight corruption first before we start even making our land great. Because if we don't do away with these corrupt leaders, how can we make our land great? We can't, unless they are not there. I know most of us associate Zuma with corruption, but let me just say this. Sometimes it's important to take whatever that someone is saying and not dwell on the past. I feel like whatever that is coming out of his mouth is very important than his past. Because if we dwell on the past, we will never make a step ahead. We won't. So sometimes just listen and do whatever that person is saying, but don't do what they do. Because some people's actions don't align with whatever they say. They will say this and do something totally different. So let's listen to whatever that he's saying. Let's do what he's saying, but not dwell on his past. Traore's example is clearly sparking a movement, and that is what we want. By us talking, by leaders like Zuma coming out and say whatever that he said, that is a movement, and that is how it starts. It starts with us going out there talking about it. But if we are quiet and we are comfortable with whichever situation that we are in, we will never make a step, even one single step. We can't. Africa will remain to be on the same position that it is. There's a guy I saw the other day crying out, saying America need to come and help his country. I don't remember whether he was from South Africa or which country, but he was saying that please America can come and help us. Our leaders are very corrupt. I was asking myself, why would this person say ask America for help? The same people who are exploiting from you are the same people that you want them to come and help you. How do they come and help you if they're the ones who are taking advantage of you? Clearly, Africans don't believe in themselves. Why would you, as a grown man, go out there and start crying for help from another country? And you're able to do it for yourself. You have resources. Why don't you fight corrupt leaders first instead of you crying out for another country to come? They have their own problems. So you want them to put on hold whatever that they're doing, or fighting whichever issues they have, to come and help you. It just shows how Africans are weak, how Africans can't do it for themselves. It's time we wake up. It's time we join hands. If you're a corrupt leader out there, you just need to open your eyes. That is all we want. Just open your eyes. Even one eye. Just open it. See the reality in front of you. Just see how they're taking advantage of you and your people. Just open your eyes. Follow Traore's footsteps. He's a very young man, but doing very great and bigger things than himself. We need people who can emulate him, people who can follow his footsteps. That is all we need. He has started a movement. We need to join that movement. We need to support him. That is all we need, guys. The West will never get tired exploiting from Africa. So don't think that they will ever change. They won't. All we need to do is for us to join hands and fight corrupt leaders who join them and exploit from Africa. That is all we need to do. Yeah, let me know, guys, what you think about Zuma joining Traore's mission. Let me know in the comment section, and remember to subscribe, like, and share as well. And until next time,